Hey everyone, Nigel here. So today I'm going to talk about my bulletproof strategy on how I'm going to run a sub 3 hour marathon, and that's going to include the pacing, my heart rate, my nutrition and fueling, and just the mindset I'm going to have when I go through with it. Stay tuned. All right, let's get into it. So I'm going to start off with the pacing. And so to run a sub 3, I kind of want to have a safety net of at least 5 minutes. So a 2:55 would be ideal. And so I'm going to go at an average 640 mile pace to get that 2:55, right? So that's the average pace I'm going to do for the full 26.2 miles, right? And then obviously on the course, it'll be, I guess, a little bit of some like rolling hills, some uphills, some downhills. So when I'm slightly going above, going up hills, I'm going to be doing slightly above goal pace, which is going to be about maybe 7 minutes per mile, just to conserve some more energy and to prevent my heart rate from spiking too high. Because when you do that, you're going to be using a lot of glycogen stores, and you're going to need that for the last 10K. And plus, you're going to be taking a lot of beating on your legs when you're doing too much effort up those hills. And you know, it's a marathon, not a sprint, so we got to conserve as much energy as possible. And to offset that slower pace on the uphills, I'm going to be going slightly below goal pace downhill, which is going to be around 620 to 630 miles per hour. And that's going to make up for the slower pace uphills. And when I'm going downhill, I will actually be able to run faster at a lower heart rate. So I got to really be able to utilize the downhills. And then when it's flat, I'm going to be running at my average pace of probably about 640 per mile pace when it's flat. And that's going to be kind of my strategy for the first 20 miles. And then the last 10K, which is about 6.2 miles in mile terms, I'm not going to worry about pace. I'm literally just going to try to finish the race strong and as best as I can, not worry about any type of pacing or whatever. Just putting one foot in front of another and finishing strong. And then for heart rate, my strategy is to keep my heart rate low for the first 20 miles and to conserve as much glycogen stores as possible and stay in an aerobic zone. And that's going to help me from prevent bonking, because basically when you bonk, you basically use up all your glycogen stores, right? And then in the last 10K, I just want to run as smooth and relaxed as possible, keeping the cadence, not trying to force a stride or any power or speed, just being smooth, 180 cadence, and just putting one foot in front of another and trying to keep that same pace. And so regarding heart rate, my MAF zone, which is like my maximal aerobic function, that's about 150 to 160 beats per minute for me, right? So in miles 1 to 10, I want to be fit enough where I can run my marathon pace within this zone and not be higher than 160 beats per minute and remain in my MAF zone. That's very conservative, but this is, like what I said, my bulletproof strategy to run, a sub 3 marathon, right? I don't want to leave any room for error, and I do not want to bonk at all. I want to finish this race strong and feel good. I want to make sure I run under 3. So that first 10 miles, I'm pretty much going to be sandbagging it and not running any higher than 160 beats per minute. And then miles 10 through 15, I might up the ante a little bit and might move up to 165 beats per minute, which is still relatively low for this late in the race, right? The first 15 miles, you should be cruising. And then miles 15 to miles 20, no higher than 170 beats per minute, right? And I think that's doable, right? I definitely can get to mile 20 under 640 pace and under 170 beats per minute. And the first 20 miles, it should be very easy. I should be able to have a lot of glycogen stores and energy saved up. And the last 10K, from miles 20 to 26.2, I'm not going to worry about heart rate at all. I'm just going to focus on keeping a consistent, relaxed, and smooth 180 cadence and maintain my momentum and finish strong. And this is probably a very conservative way of me, pacing and running with heart rate through the race. So, there's a chance that I run this and I might have left a lot in the tank, but I just want to make sure that I don't blow up at all. And when it comes to fueling and nutrition, for breakfast, I might just have 4 eggs, oatmeal, and bananas with berries. Pretty standard, nothing crazy. And then I might have some light nootropics. I'm not going to get into this because this is a whole other topic in itself, but I personally, every once in a while for maximal performance, I might take some of these light nootropics like alpha GPC, Alcar, and uridine, and have it with maybe 1 to 2 cups of coffee just to increase my focus and alertness. And then when it comes to my fueling, I'm going to have the Martin gels. I tried this in my last half marathon and it was great. It doesn't really taste like anything and it's pretty easy for it to go down. And a lot of elite marathoners use this as well, but it kind of can be on the pricey side, but I think it's worth it personally. And it has a lot of caffeine. It has 100 milligrams, 100 milligrams of caffeine. And so I'm going to have 4 of these hydrogels, one at 45 minutes, the next at 1 hour 30, the next at 2 hours, and the last one at 2 hours 30. Maybe 2 hours 20, who knows? Probably 2 hours 20. And then obviously consume a mix of water and sports drink at the stations every 2 to 3 miles, and obviously slow through the station so I don't have all this liquid all over my body. So that's the general strategy. I'm pretty sure I can do it with the level of fitness I'm at now. I ran a 128 marathon in a very hilly course, which probably corresponds to at least the sub 125, maybe 122 to 125. And my math paces are getting a lot better. I can do my math pace at actually close to marathon pace, right? So my math pace right now is 6:45, and I have about 2 months left, and I think I can do it. So it's a very conservative method of running a marathon, and probably a little bit more enjoyable because I won't be in such pain. But in my opinion, this is the best method for me. And for the people that just want to avoid bonking and just having a consistent race and finish strong at the end, I highly recommend you to follow this racing strategy as well. So please like and subscribe, and I'll follow back with you guys later. Bye.